Some of you are losing opportunities, and it's not because you're not good enough, it's simply because of how you type. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is something that I've been noticing a lot, especially from people that, reach out to me for job opportunities, and I realized something. It's not always about, your skills. Yeah, sometimes it's about your writing. It's about how you write. Yes. And, I had to sit down and really think about this. It's not that you're not skilled in that thing you're doing. Sometimes it's just the way you write, what you write, what you put out there. Yeah, I see a lot of messages with no full stops, no commas, everything just in one paragraph. Doing something as simple as using a small letter I instead of, when you're supposed to use a capital letter I is part of these things. And the truth is, writing this way makes you look unprofessional, even if you're actually good at that thing that you do. So in this video, I want to show you simple things that you can fix immediately. Nothing complicated, just, practical things that would instantly make you look more professional. And I'll also be sharing my screen to explain better. So first, let's talk about something very basic, which is the use of I. Yeah. So I should always be, in capital letters, no matter where it is in a sentence. A common capital I mistake is when you write, I am a virtual assistant. I help business owners manage daily tasks. Yeah. Whereby the correct version is a capital letter I am a virtual assistant, and a capital letter I again, I help business manage daily tasks. You understand? So that is the way it should be, because whenever you use I, it has to, be in capital letters, not in small letters. It can only be in small letter when it is in a word, like when you spell out a word and I is part of that word, and then you can, use a small letter. But when it is standing on its own, it has to be a capital letter. So please take note of this whenever you're writing, whenever you're putting together a sentence and sending it to someone. So the next one we're going to talk about is paragraphs. If you're writing everything in one block, it's going to be very hard to read. So you have to break it down. You have to break down your thoughts into smaller paragraphs so that the person that is reading it can actually, follow with what you're reading. You understand? So an example is, for example, let's say you write, I am a virtual assistant with experience in email management and customer support. I have worked with different clients and helped them stay organized and respond to messages on time. I am very dedicated to my work and always ready to learn new skills. I believe I can be a great fit for your business because I'm reliable and detail-oriented. Now you can see that even while I'm reading that, I'm taking some kind of break, some kind of pause. You understand? But if you write it that way, it's too much for the reader to read and understand, to follow through. You understand? So I always tell people, when you're writing, the way you take break, that's the same way you should, take the break should show in your write-up. You understand? So you're not just, because if you keep reading like that, you're going to just run out of breath. You understand? So you need to take break, and that break needs to show, in your write-up, which is going to be the paragraph. Yeah. But this is the correct way to, put together the sentence that I just read. This is the correct way to write, this write-up. You're going to break it down, in paragraphs to make it easy for whoever is reading it or you. So the correct way to write this is, I'm a virtual assistant with experience in email management and customer support. I have worked with different clients and helped them stay organized and respond to messages on time. Now you take a break. You rest, you understand? And then the next paragraph starts, I am very dedicated to my work and always ready to learn new skills. I believe I can be a great fit for your business because I am reliable and detail-oriented. Can you see the difference? Now it's easier for you to read because you took a break and, you proceeded. So that break that you take, for you to catch your breath is what you can tag as your paragraph. You understand? And then the next one we're going to talk about is punctuation. I want you to understand that full stops and commas are not optional. They are what helps your message to make sense. When you put a write-up, when you write a sentence, you understand, maybe a 1-line or 2-line sentence, even a 1-line sentence, the full stop or the commas that you use are what makes your sentence to make sense. You understand? Someone will be able to read it and actually understand what you're writing. Now, let's take a look at this example. I have experience in customer support. I respond to emails, manage complaints, and ensure customers are satisfied. I also work with teams to improve communication. Now, this is an example without any comma, any full stop. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to read. And you can also point out the small letter I that has been used wrongly. Yeah. Now, the right way to write it is, I have experience in customer support. You can see the comma there. I respond to emails, another comma, manage complaints, another comma, and ensure Customers are satisfied. That's a full stop. You understand? You're done with that sentence. So that's like the end of that sentence. You understand? And that is why we use a full stop. Yeah. Now to continue, I also work with teams to improve communication. Full stop. Now you're done with the sentence again. So you can see the difference here. You can see the difference between the both of them. Now I want you to know that nobody's expecting you to have, perfect English. Nobody's expecting you to speak perfect English. But simple things like this, helps you look more professional. Let's quickly address more common errors. We have what we call the comma rule. Yeah, so after a comma, you should, leave a space before the next text or before the next word. Do not use capital letter after a comma. Yeah. Now let's look at this example. I am a virtual assistant, comma. You can see that there's no space. Yeah. I help with email management and there is no space again. Calendar scheduling and customer support. Now this is the right way you should write your sentence when you're using comma. I'm a virtual assistant. There's a space. I help with email management is a space, calendar scheduling, and a space, and customer support. You understand? So when you're using a comma, you're taking a break. Yeah. When you use the comma, you're taking a break. So the next thing, there should be a space, and then the next thing that should come up should be a small letter. The only time when you use a capital letter after a comma and a space is when it is it's a name, maybe a name of a place, when it is a noun, you understand? That is when you use the capital letter after a comma and a space, or if you're using the capital letter I, you understand? Remember we said I can be used, any way it is seen in the sentence, you have to use a capital letter except it is embedded in a word. For example, if I type where is the milk? Now the I in the milk is not going to be capital letter, it's going to be small letter. You understand? So that's the only time that you should use a small letter I. You understand? And a comma, remember, after a comma, we have a space and then a small letter, except it is a noun, a person's name, a place or a thing, and then except it is a capital letter I, that is when we use capital letter, but every other one has to be a small letter. Now the next one is full stop rules. Now after a full stop, we leave a space, and then the next sentence should start with a capital letter, should always start with a capital letter. Once you use a full stop, that sentence has ended. That's the end of the sentence, you understand? So the next sentence should start with a capital letter. Now this is an example. I am a virtual assistant, full stop. You can see that the next one is a small letter. I help with business owners. I help business owners stay organized. You can see the error again. I also manage emails. Yeah, some of us type this way and it makes us look very unprofessional. Now this is the right way to type. I am a virtual assistant. I help business owners stay organized. Full stop. And you can see the capital letter. I also manage emails. Yeah. So that is the way you should, use your capital letter. After every full stop, give a space, just one space, and the next thing should be a capital letter, whether it is a noun or whether it is a capital letter I, whether it is anything, yeah, make sure that it is starting with a capital letter. You understand? Because full stop ends the sentence, so the next sentence that is starting should start with the word capital letter. Yeah. Now I also noticed, some kind of errors in some people's write-up. Yes, you've put paragraph, you've obeyed the comma and the full stop rules, but then you still see a little bit of mistake when you put your paragraph. So let's say you've written like the first paragraph, and then your next paragraph, you take the space and then you start your next paragraph, and then before you write the first word, you take a space. Now that space is unnecessary. It does not make a paragraph start on the same line. You understand? Now this is an example real quick. You can see that this paragraph started on the right line. Now look at the next one. It did not start on the right line. That space is unnecessary. You can just, and it can be easily overlooked here. But for somebody that pays attention to details, yeah, and you're meant to be, as maybe a virtual assistant or even, someone that's, a corporate worker, a professional that you should be someone that pays attention to details. So that is one of the skills that you included in your CV. So as someone that pays attention to details, you might not know. That might be the thing that your recruiter would see, maybe in your LinkedIn about section, and they'll just be like, okay, this is wrong, you understand? So that unnecessary space, just like this one that you're saying, take it out, and your paragraph should look this way. Yeah. So yeah, I know that you could easily make a mistake, but just try to, check it before you click on save or before you click on send. And yes, before you send any message, please take a few seconds to read through it again before you click on send. It's very important, if you are sending a message to somebody, maybe a client, a potential client, maybe on any of the social media platform, or if you're sending emails, or you're drafting a cover letter, there's this 5 second rule. For that 5 seconds before you click on yes, I know you're trying to, put all of this out there. You're trying to rush it. You understand? You're trying to rush it and just, get the message out there. But yes, even before you post your content, you understand, before you post your captions on Instagram, your post on LinkedIn, on, you tweet on Twitter, you understand, before you click on send, make sure that you take this 5 seconds to read through what you've written, and see and check for errors, for any of these punctuation errors, typographical error that you might have made, and then you quickly correct it. Because when you send it like that, it portrays you're being perceived as an unprofessional person. You understand? Someone wants to hire you and they'll be like, oh, you can't even, put out a simple sentence. You can't even put out a simple sentence correctly. That's not good for your brand, for what you're trying to achieve. And that might be the reason that is stopping you from getting that job, from moving to the next level. You understand? So let's just look out for these little things. Yeah? Now, before we go, let's talk about the use of abbreviations. Yeah. I know many of us are, guilty of this, especially with the age of social media, where we are used to typing things like you, please, like PLS, BTW, and all of those things. Yeah. Because, so the thing is, when you're speaking to maybe a client or a potential client, you're applying for a job, or maybe you're trying to position yourself as a professional, the way you type matters. Yeah. And typing PLS, please, instead of the right one, please, or you instead of you. It might feel normal to you, but it's not the same for the person reading it. Yeah, it can come across as you not being unserious or you not being a professional. And the truth is, sometimes that alone can cost you, an opportunity, just like I said earlier. So as much as possible, when you type in words and full. So instead of just saying, please, I'm interested in a job, can you send details? Instead of typing it this way, you can say something like, hello, I'm interested in the role. Could you please share more details? Can you see the difference? So it's clearer, it's more polished, and it shows that you actually pay attention to detail. Remember, that should be one of your skill as, a professional. And here's the most important part. What you practice daily becomes your habit, yeah? So if you're used to using abbreviations all the time, it's going to definitely show when it matters. But if you start practicing proper writing, even in your everyday chats, it will become natural. And before you know it, your messages will get more cleaner and, more organized and more professional, even without you trying so hard. So just, try to, inculcate all of these things in your everyday chats. That way you will learn better. Remember, you learn better by practicing. Yeah. Now, I know these are very small things, but they make a very big difference. Yeah. And sometimes this is the only thing that's standing between you and an opportunity. So if you're serious about working online or, becoming a virtual assistant, these are things that you cannot ignore. So you should, try your best to improve and, take this seriously. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly format your documents using Google Documents, so that everything looks clean and professional. And also, if you're watching this video and you're a virtual assistant beginner, do well to check my full virtual assistant course video on my YouTube channel. It will help you to start, as a virtual assistant. And you can also reach out to me if you need some extra guide. My details will be in the link in the description. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to like, do not forget to drop a comment, don't forget to share it with somebody that you know might need this video, and also do not forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.